roots. I need to have my roots done.
Me too.
Talking
I've got
about
all the
roots,
grades.
that's also racist. Oh, hello, YouTube. Welcome.
I just try to cut mine like Illyria.
So Facebook can ask people to tag us in each other's pictures. Howdy. Welcome to another episode of PotentialCast, where some of us are going to bitch about faith.
And some of us are going to gush over faith.
Hooray!
And then there's the part where I am spoiler-free,
Oh,
At least when it
I've
comes
been
to this
so
show.
looking forward to being on this episode with you guys. I've had this reserved since, like, I don't know, I was like 10.
I have a big giant spoiler for the other show, but we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's amazing what people tweet at each other when they've been on shows at the same time. This is like a year ago.
Bastards.
It's all good. It's all good. Oh, blast my good memory. Might be peaking a little much. Let me. Hey, God, can't believe.
I just dropped, so I'll be peaking maybe in an hour.
Hey. Kim,
Yes.
you heard the tragic news about Stephen and Chris?
Oh my goodness. Okay, because we were reporting all morning that there was a police investigation going on Broadview and Girard area. Anyways, no one had any idea what was going on. And then around, what is it, like noon, we get the notification. So basically a pretty well-known Canadian TV show host. They kind of had like a daily, like, you know,
design tip show.
Home design show. And it was a couple, these two guys, they well known, they're a gay couple, and they've had this show for an incarnation of a show for so many years.
Almost 20 years now.
Yeah, and one of them was found dead this morning in an alley.
Oh no!
And they were on vacation last week, tweeting out, sending out pictures and everything. And then today, I was just like, when the news came down, it was actually one of the guys. I was like, "Are you what?" Like.
Holy crap!
It's suspicious because his body was found in an alleyway, and so they're not saying much more than that, and so there's all the speculation about what actually happened. So we'll see in the next couple of days. But oh my God, everyone is just devastated.
Yeah. It's really out of nowhere, and I was just wondering, geographically in Toronto, how close is this alleyway to that bar where people got shot?
Nowhere near. They're on the
not even like fugitive distance.
It's so funny in Canada, that bar where those guys got shot.
No, because the bar,
you know, that's because in America it would be that bar where those guys got shot a while ago. Yeah.
No, because this weekend in Toronto is Caravana weekend, so it's a big, huge festival, Caribbean. Like everyone from comes all over to celebrate. There's a huge party. Like, a lot of my friends, I don't go because I just don't like big crowds, right? And so it's like a big, you know, black culture type of event.
Everyone from the West Indies is there.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, my gosh.
And to coincide it for the past 6 years, Drake has thrown a 4-day concert.
Yeah.
So there's stuff during the day, and then at night well, not everyone does, but one of the options you can go to this Drake thing. And
Drake is this guy that has the problem with the rapper?
Yes.
Ah.
Right?
Oh.
And so last night at a after party for the concert, 2 people were shot and killed outside.
What? Which is like crazy.
Which is crazy because But last year, same night of the last day of the thing, someone got shot. Didn't die, but someone was shot. But anyway, so this whole big conspiracy about what's going on. Is it like these rapper beefs? Is it like not related to them? I was just like, it's just been a crazy day.
Oh, I hear it's all about the beefs. I mean, the beefs, that happens.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if you have any scuttlebutt. Feel free to text me if you do.
Oh, I'll update you. No worries.
All right, everyone. I hope we're doing well. Robin, you haven't been on the show in a very long time. Welcome back.
Oh, man. I feel like I switched bodies, then left the show, and then now I'm back.
Yes, he was back. Back again.
It's Artie, and he's peeking up from behind you.
Oh.
I'm right behind
Artie
you.
was dancing earlier before you all got on. It was
I
hilarious.
am the knight.
Yes.
I almost did name him Bruce. I'm not kidding. His name was almost Bruce.
More dog food.
More cat food. He's on a cat food bender at night now.
Tell me about the rabbits.
The dog eats cat food?
Yeah, he eats the. Yeah, I've busted him a couple times, like snacking on the cat's food.
Motherfucker.
Sadie does that.
When
And
we
I
had
use
a cat, we had to stop them. The vet's like, don't let them eat the cat food. It's like, why? Apparently there's too much iron in it, and it makes them shit blood.
It's higher in sodium. That's why it's tastier, and also it's higher in protein. And he's had that bladder stone for a while. That's not going anywhere, but it's not getting any bigger, and it's not getting any smaller. So, whatever. He's 10. So, I can't stop it because the only way that I can stop it would be to
not feed the cat.
Well, yeah, or relocate the cat's food to somewhere high, and I don't want her jumping on stuff, so I'll just deal with it.
Yeah, we have that problem. I just have to try to remember to pick the cat's food up. But the cat grazes, comes and goes. So I hate to pick the food up when he's not finished with it and put it up someplace
I feed my cat half a cup of food twice a day. That's it. That's it. So when I do that, it's gone in 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, Artie's a grazer, so I have to leave. And what's funny is because the cat will eat his food, so it's a losing battle at this point.
Yeah.
Basically, you're trying to segregate them, and they're trying to fight the power.
Yeah, because I'm the man, and they're raising their fist and going, "Damn the man."
Yeah. So you know how dogs are greedy? Our cat has become greedy since Sadie came along. The cat acts like a dog.
Terrible.
Territorial.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yay!
We'll see you next time.
Cat talk.
All right.
We're all over it.
Steph, are you ready?
Ready. It's so hard to see this. This dark blue and black. It's so hard to read. Okay. Ready. Ready?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay. You're listening to PotentialCast, Season 7, Episode 18, Dirty Girls. Although Buffy now has Faith on her side, they are still no match for the first, who now has a young preacher named Caleb on his side. It's weird.
That's an interesting description.
Yeah.
You don't
like that at all.
The first is a he? Feel it.
My name is Stephanie.
I'm Kimberly.
This is Gabby.
I'm Illyrio.
And I'm Robin.
Robin! Robin,
Nero.
you can deal out your own fun facts tonight.
The principal is here. Oh, I'm so psyched. Aren't you guys? Come on.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
It's all right.
So, a few hours ago, I did one of my brand new video commentaries.
Ooh.
It'll be available soonish. As soon as the previously on began, and I saw her, I was immediate. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew exactly what that goddamn motherfucking phone call from LA was all about. Ish. In the previous episode. And I was so upset. I mean, I was also kind of happy because I haven't seen Faith in a long time. And it was kind of cool to have her in. But then she shows up, and then everything that I ever despised about her was still kind of there. And so that wasn't super pleasant. And then there were the parts where she wasn't overacting, and I really enjoyed it.
When was that?
The part where she and Buffy are walking towards the trap.
Oh.
They're just kind of chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Buffy kind of feels bad for giving Faith a hard time because she is there to help out. I actually felt that bit that Eliza
Dushku.
That Eliza Dushku was actually doing really well because she wasn't trying too hard. I didn't like the scene in the basement. I thought her working out in her gymnastics in the backyard were very interesting because, you know, of course that's where I work out, in the backyard out in the open.
That's where they all work out.
I know. It was just kind of funny. So Eliza Dushku is back, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Okay.
All
It's
right.
like the good old days.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So I mean, let's get into it. I mean, like you guys, you haven't even seen her since she went to jail, right? And I thought she was kind of like on your good sides for the most part at that point, was she? Or am I just remembering wrong?
I did like her last kind of
Yeah, because I thought she was never coming back.
Her exasperated scene with Angel. Yeah, and her kind of death wishness at the very end there. I found that believable and actually touching at the time. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But now that she's back and it's still... Faith is still fronting. And it comes off as bad acting rather than fronting to me. That's my opinion. That's the way I see it.
Right.
And it really, and it just kind of bothers me because I don't see someone fronting. I see someone trying to convey fronting. I don't know what it is, man. But
yeah,
whenever she's not fronting and pretending to be tough and all that, whenever she's not trying to impress with her stories of schoolgirl outfits and whatnot, you know, it's like all of the really subtle, awesome little bits that are just normal, non-fronting bits, she's great, she's fine. But everything where she's like, being Faith,
yeah.
It rubs me the wrong way.
Doesn't actually say 5x5 at all. Although, you know,
thank God,
the series isn't over yet.
Oh God.
Well, let's talk about her voice is so raspy.
Yes.
Does she always
It's the smoking.
It's all that the prison time has changed her.
She's always
prison
had that
cigarettes.
raspy voice, right?
Prison cigarettes.
I think
are worse.
Steph is trying to cue some trivia.
Oh no! I
Oh, really?
No, but tell me, what about the trivia?
Did she have a toothache like what's her name? Suala from Press Gang when they did the opening sequence on Press Gang?
Oh
Press
yeah.
Gang? The show by Stephen Moffat?
What's a press game?
Eliza said that her voice is broken, but she had to pretty much go to through voice therapy to train herself to speak at kind of a higher octave because her natural raspy voice was destroying her vocal cords.
What?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So-
this was way before vocal fry was a controversial issue. Is this what we're talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just reading the trivia. What is the controversy?
Oh, I don't want to get into it. It's going to take too long.
But yeah, again, also, you know, she did just start smoking too, which is something that Drew Goddard, like the character. So it's kind of funny that her voice is different, and this is the first time we see her smoking. Drew Goddard, the writer of this episode, basically was like, he wrote it into the script and just thought it was normal Faith, but Faith has never smoked on the show, and he was.
Well, she was in prison.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. You had to pick up the habit because you're bored, you know.
She needed it for currency.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I might as well smoke one of these things.
I've watched Orange is the New Black. I know.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you know, because I haven't really been in prison or anything.
Yeah. that you admit to. We have had a couple of those excuse days where you weren't around. There's someone wrapping up my door. I'll be right back. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Quoth the Canadian, nevermore.
Wow, even with the you took them off?
Because I was going to go there and take them off.
So let's see. Should we talk about
Do you understand that I'm not upset?
the teaser, the cold open?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
With Canada's Nathan Fillion?
Yes. Or what is it like? Alabama's Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, you know, I usually despise an actor doing a Southern accent on television because like, okay, my dialect is of Walker County, and I can tell where somebody's from. Like, when you live in the South, you know if somebody's from Mississippi, you know if somebody's from South Alabama or North Alabama or North Carolina. You know, you can pick it out. And so a Southern accent on television is so homogenized. It sounds, I mean, it would just be like something you're used to hearing, and you know it sounds fake. But let me tell you, Nathan Fillion can do no wrong. He is perfect. Therefore, Caleb is a great character.
I was about to say it. Let me see. Even because I, not being from the South, but having lived in many states in the South, I thought his accent was pathetic and kind of slipped in and out. But I figured it's Nathan Fillion, so he's gonna get a pass.
Yeah, he's so charming.
Fillion.
He's so charming. He can do whatever he wants to do.
He's
We
not
talk
fronting.
about it
He's not
straight
pretending
up.
to front.
He's not. He's Nathan
whatever.
fucking Fillion.
Speaking about pretending, can we talk about his pretender haircut? He and Jared have got a very similar haircut. Those of
Yeah,
you that
the
are familiar with
bangs.
The Pretender. Oh boy, that haircut. He's so strong. He's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was very surprised to see him.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked to see him.
Yeah.
More on that in the next podcast we're going to do with Robin. And I will say that I'm very, very, very creeped out by him. Because although it's close to a crazy preacher stereotype, it's very it's really creepy and crazy. So it's not just kind of playing up the stereotype, but he's actually very convincing as this horrible human. Yeah,
I thought he was
I'm a fan of girls.
Pardon, Kim?
Because I thought he was frightening.
Yeah.
Oh, he's terrifying, and he's so good at being bad. Who knew that Mr. Charming, Captain Tight Pants, could be so evil and like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is around prime tight pants time. This is like right after Firefly.
Wait, whoa. This is after Firefly?
I believe so, yeah, right, Steph?
Oh, man.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
It got canceled, so all the actors
He
got
looks
little
younger
spots.
than in Firefly.
I think it's the bangs.
He had bangs in Firefly, I believe.
So was this part written with him in mind, Robin? Is that part of your fun fact or no?
Well, Joss actually, I'm not sure if it was with him in mind, but maybe after he was cast, Joss did actually take over and write that whole teaser segment with him and Shannon in the car in the big truck.
Okay.
The freaking like scary ass scene, like.
You're a whore.
It's Nathan Fillion. He's here to save us. Nope.
He's here to kill you.
Nathan Fillion originally auditioned for the role of Angel back in the day, but this fact was unknown to producers at the time of his casting on Firefly.
Oh, that would have been so good!
But we wouldn't have had the Boreanaz, and I mean, come on.
Oh.
Come on.
That's not a compelling enough argument for me. You know that.
Boreanaz is from Philly. Fillion is from Alberta.
Edmonton.
Edmonton, Alberta. So fuck Philly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
all right.
their robot killing ways. What?
I know, right?
Fuckers.
Get the flag out.
Why did they have
Philly
to
flag.
decapitate it?
Because Philly.
Because Philly.
Because they're pissed off about their sports teams. I don't know.
You know.
And their cheesesteak battles and whatnot.
Now are these cheesesteak battles? I'm imagining that it's like there's like some guy with a boombox and two guys attack each other with cheesesteaks on the street.
It happens. It happens.
Wow.
I hear
Fucking
tell
Philly,
of such things.
Philly's the worst. We would like to point out that my comments are my own. And if you don't like them, come up here. Come up here.
Bring
Come
it.
up here. You see that pillow? I'll throw it at you.
I know Rocky's from Philly, and like the Liberty Bell's there, I believe. So, you know, and Philadelphia cream cheese. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
I mean, Philly does have Food Disney, but other than that,
There's a thing called Food Disney.
I call it Food Disney.
No.
I've been there like twice ever.
Let's just say
But whatever.
Edmonton is superior to Philly. So let's move on.
Gotcha.
The cigarette lighter thing. The cigarette lighter thing on the ring.
Yes.
Was absolutely ridiculous overkill, and made it really, 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 really scary that he would take the time to do that. I'm surprised we didn't get to the bottom of what that symbol is in this episode. Hopefully, next episode will tell us. I have not watched next episode.
I have
but
not
I would
either.
like to point out that digital camera was glorious. And I would like to let everyone know, when you rewatch this episode, please note how Allison Hannigan barely looks to see if it's aiming properly. She pulls it out, turns it on, snaps a picture, puts it back in her pocket.
Well, this is actually the first scene where Willow drives with her hands. So, the entire series. So.
With her hands?
Yeah, 10 and 2. Before I was just kind of like, a whoop, 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 don't worry, Donnie.
And in one of my audible notes while watching this episode was, where's Anya? There was no Anya in this episode at all.
Oh, that's why it was lacking.
It would have been really great to have Anya and Faith face off.
No.
Yeah,
Have
because
they met
don't
each
you
other?
know,
They don't really have any history.
but don't you know they would hate each other?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They would not get along. They would be like boiling water.
Exactly. All right.
I just wanted to drop trivia in as you're going along. You went past the first scene. The one thing that I wanted to mention was the potential Shannon that got hurt.
Yeah.
Is played by Mary Wiltshire, who also earlier before this played a girl named Buffy on the show Son of the Beach. I don't know if everybody remembers that.
Oh my God!
Son of the beach.
I don't remember that show at all.
Oh.
It's a Baywatch spoof.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched it because of Howard Stern.
Oh.
Yes,
Is he in
right.
it?
No, he produced it, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, Howard.
She also hasn't acted much after being Shannon in this show.
That's too bad.
But she did go on to be one of the writers and producers of 17 Kids and Counting. Remember, I said one of the producers and writers of that show, so, just in case you didn't think reality TV was written.
17 kids and counting, not 19 kids and counting.
The Duggars.
Not the movie, the Duggars on TLC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that show in a while. Are they still on?
I didn't dig it.
Welcome back, Robin.
Hey.
So, okay. More fun facts? Sorry, I was cutting you off, wasn't I?
Oh, no, that was all the trivia I had for that season. That scene, at least.
So before
That
we
scene.
get to, so after the credits is when we see Xander having his dream. Yes.
Perfection. Love this scene. Greatest scene. So Xander. Made me LOL.
I'm not gonna quote it because it might be someone's quote, but man, when that door opens.
Oh boy.
I meant to look up where that music came from.
Yeah, and that pillow fight is happening. That is by far the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen.
It makes me think that Xander is a big fan of 1980s,
Yeah.
like sex
Horror
comedies.
movies?
Yeah.
Like Bachelor Party.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie's amazing.
Did
That's
you
the
guys
first
recognize
movie I
the?
ever
Oh,
saw
sorry.
with nudity. And I was like, oh!
Bachelor Party?
Boobies.
Connie Contain.
Boobies.
I think I was 7 or 8 when I saw it. I was like, oh!
And one of your parents is British, so I could only imagine.
I saw it at my babysitter's house. I told you. And we were like, and I was like, what's happening? Why are we watching this? We're not loud.
Boobies.
Did you guys recognize the two girls that wake up Xander?
Yeah, one chick from the OC and the other one was from Heroes.
That's right.
I don't know either of their names. I was like, that's Heroes chick with the tattooed face, and that's Rachel Bilson.
Yeah, Dania Ramirez, who played Maya, who she didn't have a tattooed face. She like killed everybody with her mind. Her eyes would bleed, and yeah.
Didn't she have a tattooed face in something? Maybe it was X-Men. I don't know.
Maybe something. Oh yeah, I think she was an X-Men. Yeah. And also Rachel Bilson from the OC. She actually is one of these many potentials that just kind of are here, and then they don't show up ever again. They're just gone. Who knows where they are?
My Felicia Day was nowhere to be seen.
She was in this episode, wasn't it? Wasn't she in like for 5 seconds in this episode?
What, with her beanies? No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't think so.
But Rachel Bilson actually lands her lead role on the OC the following fall after.
Robin, please don't call it that. Thank you.
The lead.
The OC or just OC?
OC.
It's an Arrested Development reference. Guys, come on.
Oh,
So I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, of course not. It's okay.
They were in Ocean City? I was just in Ocean City. And had orange crushes. Orange crushes are delicious.
Yeah, just don't serve them up to your 8-year-old. Xander's a big perv.
Yeah, because he's a
I love how he wakes up too, by the way.
I love the way he wakes up, but he has this quote-unquote cramp.
And the girls are just like, one's got a stomach flu, and hey, by the way, the toilet's backed up. It's like, oh.
Lovely. What's funny is here we have these powerful slayers, and they have to wake up the carpenter to do some plumbing.
Or just the manservant, if you want to think of it that way.
Yeah, I suppose.
Wouldn't the manservant
He's the one with the tool belt.
Oh. I would say the manservant would be Andrew.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but he's useless.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh, Xander. And so, yeah. This episode had a lot of faith in it. We had.
Yes, it did.
Did everyone catch Fate's reference to I've spent a lot of time in hospitals and I don't like them? Have we forgotten that she was in a coma? in a hospital for a very long time?
Oh, I didn't forget. I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
So the end of season 3, she was in a coma.
Yeah.
She came back in season 4 for what
This Year's
episode?
Girl and Who Are You? Or the other way around. I forget which one.
Yeah.
It's a two-parter, yes. And then she takes off with Buffy on her tail to Angel to LA.
So okay, so she was in LA, and that's when she went. She allowed herself to be incarcerated because
Right.
she knew. Because I mean, what's so great? I'm going to tell you what's so great about Faith. Faith is the antithesis of Buffy. She's the dark-haired Slayer. Buffy's the blonde-haired Slayer. She's the yin to Buffy's yang.
Right.
And if Faith had had proper counsel,
Upbringing?
yeah, she would have been a fine Slayer, but she kind of bounced around, I guess. Right, Robin?
Yeah, I mean, she came to town with a freaking watcher that wanted some sort of evil claw, and then got manipulated by that, and then got manipulated by the mayor. You know, she just fell to the dark side. Andrew actually does a great job at summing up her entire backstory,
That was great.
which is my quote and my quote entirely.
Who was playing Spock?
Zachary Quinto, actually. No, I'm just kidding. It did kind of look like him, though.
It did.
It did. It also looked like Andrew from a certain angle.
Oh,
It
yeah?
couldn't have been. I don't know.
Oh, that would've been awesome.
I was hoping that Andrew that Tom Link was going to play Spock, because that would have been fantastic. Yeah.
Yep.
It was funny to me because he's always about the Star Wars references, never the Star Trek. And then we find out that it's because he thinks a volcanologist is a Vulcan. To me, that made me laugh, especially because I just started watching Mr. Plinkett's review of the 2009 Star Trek. Folks,
Ooh.
here's a little public service announcement. If you don't know who Mr. Plinkett is, Harry S. Plinkett, he's a fictional character that on YouTube will review the Star Wars prequels, some Star Trek movies, and just recently Star Trek 2009 directed by J.J. Abrams. And it is like entering another dimension where a psychopath is basically giving you film theory and explaining to you why certain movies suck and certain movies are better. It's totally worth watching. Do a YouTube search for Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
And you'll find all the Harry S. Plinkett reviews, including the Star Trek one, where he really goes into exactly what Star Trek 2009 did very well. So this whole Star Trek thing was really kind of surprising until we realized that it's just because he misunderstood volcanologists. And I love how the Slayerettes are totally giving him a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really great.
He's not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really great.
And the producers actually did contact the people in Roddenberry Entertainment, and they said, go ahead.
Oh, that's really cool.
To do that. Yeah, sounds fun.
That was awesome.
So.
Yeah. I don't remember the volcanologist that she killed. Anyone?
Say what?
I don't remember her killing a volcanologist.
Yeah, she did it for the mayor.
Yeah, I just don't remember that part.
Oh,
me neither.
It was something that was basically like he had some sort of text about the Ascension.
Oh, okay.
And it was something that, Buffy and them were trying to track down, I believe. It's been a while since season 3. What was that, like? You guys did that in 2003 or so, or something like that?
1995? I don't know.
1995?
Time traveled to before Buffy was on here. Okay.
There was this whole thing where Faith thinks that Spike is a vampire that's chasing a pretty blonde girl in the cemetery.
Yeah.
But it turns out that the pretty blonde girl is the
Who was fooled
vampire.
by that? Anyone fooled by that?
Mm-mm.
Not me.
I was for a moment. I was like, and I've seen it before.
I was like, I don't remember this. What's going on?
Oh.
I love it how they got confused when they talked about whose side they were on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've reformed. Well, I've reformed too.
Don't you understand my story that's been going on in the show this entire time? Yeah. I love how the writers kind of point out almost the silliness of how long this show's been on the air and all the different things that have happened. Like Spike is just like, especially when you mean like you're like Angel now, right? No, I'm not. Not like Angel.
Not like Angel at all.
No.
Move along. No, boring. I'm much more attractive.
And there was a callback actually to a couple of episodes in season 3. There's lots of. I love how this season, like if you really pay attention, is the callbacks to earlier seasons, where like Faith actually asks Buffy for a steak, and then stakes the vampire, which is what she does when she first shows up in season 3.
I want to talk about that scene actually. Did anyone else? Okay, what I perceive. You can correct me if I'm wrong, is that Buffy has a steak holster? Is that what I saw? Because if that's the case, fuck off. Like, why would you have a holster for the steak? It makes no sense to me. And that's just very silly. Yeah, that was hilarious.
She's tired of tucking it in the back of her jeans or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
We noticed how Willow was like absent for most of this episode. She was basically on watch at the hospital. That was annoying.
Well, I mean, there's a reason for that.
What?
This has been brought up on the podcast before, of the fact that Willow's so powerful, so like they're constantly looking for reasons to take her out of a situation. Like when Buffy says something like "Spike is my most powerful ally," really. No, he's not. It is Willow, and the writers that want you to forget about that as she's waiting in the hospital for Shannon to get better. So it's a little bit of hide the Willow under the shells.
Shannon wakes up, and I may be skipping some stuff, but I want to get to a few things that are really important, that I feel are important. Shannon wakes up, and she tells Buffy the message that Caleb has for her, which was, I have something that belongs to you, or I have something of yours, right? I immediately thought, oh my God, Caleb has kidnapped Buffy's father.
Like she cares about her father.
And he's going to execute. I know, but it would have been like badass.
Well, they didn't exactly reveal what he has of hers. Or if he even has something of hers.
He said that. Well, I think I know what it is, but then she gets it, and he's like, "Well, I do now," which was, I think he was pointing out to the potential slayers. I think what he has of hers is her powers. I think
her powers.
Yeah, because when she fights him, it's like she's running into a brick wall.
Yeah.
He is more stronger than her. He puts her on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he smashed through up against the wall, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. That was unexpected, man.
And everyone at work was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oops.
I gave her the hammer.
The frock is my penis. What? Yeah. I think what he has of hers is her powers. I think he has her powers. I think. I
think he has Angel. Wouldn't that be great?
Whoa! That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty cool. So,
Buffy's still pissed at Giles.
Oh! Did you hear all the burns?
Yeah.
All the abs and all the little bitchiness?
She's very passive aggressive.
Yeah. She really is too. What a bitch. Like, yes, he tried to kill your former lover and your important ally and your friend. Yes, he doesn't think you have good judgment. Yes, he's kind of patronizing you. But do you really have to make him feel bad all the time?
Well, yeah, because she's a bitch.
Okay, that's not.
that
I don't know.
You can see both sides. The way I see it, I don't know. I think it's funny that Buffy walks Faith into the house, and Giles is like, "Oh, Faith, switch bodies with you, nearly killed us all. No problem." But Spike, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's true. He's
and just like Andrew said, don't forget, Faith's a killer. Everybody's a killer.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Depending on which story you want to believe of his.
Damn right. Ugh. All right.
It's good that Faith and Dawn reunited, by the way.
Oh man,
Oh, that was so heartwarming.
that was
It's like,
All those previous episodes they were together in.
All those scenes that they had together.
Yeah. Way back when Dawn was here in season 3, remember?
Oh, you. It's like, fuck you.
all right.
Oh,
Elephant in the
God.
room.
Yes.
Do we
I'm working
need
on my way.
Faith?
no.
No.
No, it's not. Come on, guys. Do we need Faith talking about her sexual proclivities?
Of course we do, because it's Faith, and she's the bad girl, and she's opening
And
up.
she just got out of jail, and she's, she hasn't had it a little bit. I can get into that.
Oh my God! Because she's Faith, and she's shocking, and she's the bad girl. Of course she has to talk
Guys,
about it.
stop being so jealous of her. It's so...
I hate her so much.
that scene, that exchange with Spike, when she's stretching and taking off her leather jacket and stretching.
Only look post-coitus.
Oh my God, it was so horrible. The only thing that made that scene actually pretty great was James Marsters. James Marsters' acting in that scene was great because the way he remembered what she had told him while she was in Buffy's body.
Yes.
That left an impression on him.
Because he wasn't flirting with her. He was kind of egging her on, kind of like encouraging her to just go all out.
Do it again.
He was also shirtless, so that also was amazing and a great.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Why not? I mean, he can act shirtless. That is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. If I take this shirt off, I can't act anymore. It's really weird. I've tried. It doesn't work out at all.
Me either. I'm jealous of his skills. I'm just always saying.
Probably also because it sets off the camera's white balance in a big way. So, yeah. And apparently it'll void my iPhone's warranty. Anyway, it's a complicated thing.
What I like about the scene about both of them is that they have this mutual respect. Faith is coming downstairs from all these girls giggling about, and she's telling him yeah, they're green, but we can mold them. And I just think I just love this whole meeting of the minds. Like, these guys are like sergeants in this army, whereas the recruits are upstairs.
Army.
Ugh.
You barely have Hogan's Heroes up there.
They're like the Dirty Dozen.
Okay, so do you think that?
About Faith's boobs again?
Oh, whatever. Go ahead.
Do you expect that these girls will shape up into an army? Do you think that they will?
They better.
I think
Be
we've been
victorious?
shown that, like lambs to the slaughter, most of them are going to die.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope it's not like one of them rises like the phoenix from the ashes and then takes over, because I'd be really pissed.
You mean
if that's
Kennedy?
Oh,
she better die, I swear.
We
She
were
better
so close to
die.
having her die, man. We were so close to having her die in this
That-
episode. I was
that-
really looking forward to it, but she's fine. Whatever.
That will be my fist pump moment of this season.
She can't die. You know why they won't make her die is because then that means another lesbian dies and they're giving a bad, oh, if you're a lesbian, you're going to die.
I think we're going to be talking a lot about death later.
No, I just think that would, honestly, that would cripple Willow. Her first two girlfriends die.
What do you mean
That'll make her
cripple?
super evil again.
Here's what's going to happen.
Like, what's gonna happen?
Caleb and the First are going to smite down Kennedy. Willow is going to go all Dark Willow again. is going to save the world and then drop dead.
Hey, before we go on to another scene, I actually have some trivia for this scene.
Oh, good.
Shocking.
Spike and
What
Faith.
is it? Spike and Faith?
According to the DVD commentary for this episode, the scene between Faith and Spike was meant to lay groundwork for a possible spin-off featuring Faith and Spike. It was written by Marty Noxon and was an unofficial screen test to see their chemistry. And Eliza Dushku eventually declined the offer due to her series True Calling.
Oh, and
her
as we know,
long-lived
that
series.
Yeah.
Thank you for stealing my joke.
You're welcome.
Also,
Yes? Yes, who is it? Hi, I'm podcasting.
Now, I think I remember this, but why did Dushku decide not to do a spinoff?
I don't know. Maybe it was just money. Maybe it was just more of a solid deal. Maybe she was like, I can do something more than Faith. I don't know.
She's like, yeah, I don't want to be pigeonholed as Faith.
But I mean, you can't discount that both Faith and Spike were immensely popular characters on this show. So it would have been probably at least a season.
Or two.
Yeah, I mean the ratings for Buffy and everybody were still pretty terrible. I mean,
I was going to say the ratings for Buffy, they weren't that great in the last season, were they?
No, it was like I think I looked it up. I know I looked it up. I think I remember it being 4 million viewers for this episode, whereas
is that low?
Extremely.
Really?
On the other network, Fox, they had 20 million viewers for American Idol.
Wow.
Oh, well, American Idol at that time was everybody and their mom was watching on 5 different TVs in each house.
Also, I just have a nitpick here. Spike says he reformed before Faith when they're fighting in that graveyard, but actually Faith reformed before Spike. Because he was conspiring with the enemy during the Yoko Factor, which is in season 4.
Oh, wow.
At the same time that Faith was turning herself into the police on the other show, Angel,
wow.
Sanctuary.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just in case you're like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
Or,
that really was bothering me. Not at all.
We weren't.
Not at all.
We weren't.
I can't stop thinking of a Buffy, of a Faith and Spike spinoff. And in my head, though, I keep thinking from Friends about, like, Joey and Janice's Day of Fun. Joey and Janice's Day of Fun. And that's what I'm thinking about Spike and Faith and their days of fun.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, to say the least.
They go to ball games, but at night. They go to night games.
You go to night games.
They go to night games.
Dave catches a foul ball. Spike is all upset he didn't catch one. He tries to light up a cigarette. The ushers ask him to leave. Yeah. Oh boy. So Xander's speech.
Yes.
Well, first, okay, let's back up.
Okay, let's do it.
When Buffy decides to go to Caleb's lair, when they figure out that it's a vineyard and they decide to go, everybody is against it. Nobody agrees with Buffy. She's all on her own.
Yeah.
Right.
But
She wants to prove Giles wrong.
You think that's what it's
you
about?
think so?
I think she's just like, look, you betrayed me. I know better than anybody else. We're doing this. Why are we waiting for them to come to us? We got to go to them when we're all not ready. But anyways, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we know as the audience that Caleb is planning on this ridiculous. He has something that belongs to you. He has something that's yours. He's going to incite her to come find him, which is very interesting and accurate. She totally fell for it. Yeah, it's very strange.
But in the meantime, Caleb is there at the vineyard with the first, and that is so creepy where he is having the first, he's like replaying murders that he has committed in the past.
Awesome!
That was
Awesome!
ridiculously amazing. Like, that was so evil. That's so evil. That's not only have you killed this person, you revel in the possibility to relive killing this person.
You have a favorite.
Wow.
Favorite! And there's reasons. You have a favorite murder, and there's reasons why that's your favorite murder. That's amazing.
That's something else. It really, really is.
So cool.
But the funniest part of this episode, though, is when one of the potentials gets the plot of a movie wrong, and Andrew gets so upset.
Sandra?
If Matthew Broderick can kill Godzilla.
That is the internet. The internet, people.
There's a note I have here about the evil vineyard.
Oh, that was, oh my god, I laughed so hard.
There it is. In the Firefly universe, Malcolm Reynolds is born on a planet called Shadow and fought in the Battle of Serenity Valley. And in the Buffyverse, Caleb's home base is Shadow Valley Vineyards.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know. If you're a nerd for Firefly, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I know if I was going to have an evil lair, it would be in a vineyard. I mean, wow. Makes sense.
Like Falconquest.
Evil lairs. Where would my evil lair be? I wonder.
Oh my god. And it
probably at an Apple store.
Wait a minute. I take that back.
All the tech is there.
I take that back. It would be in a craft brewery.
You'd be surrounded by hops.
Hop.
So, shocking moment, not just when Artie just climbed on the couch just then. The confrontation between Buffy and Caleb kicks her ass. Knocks her out. Oh, wait, no, backing up. Xander's speech.
Yes.
Of how Buffy is very much concerned for everyone, and she's died twice, and she saved the world, and you can't doubt her intentions and her motivations.
Right. Even though they all disagree with her, they are still on her side, still devoted to her, still trust her.
Andrew! I just love Andrew. Did you guys notice Andrew in the scene?
Andrew's tear.
Yes.
Big giant Frodo-ass tear.
That's my quote. Andrew's tear. Like, you know, like I laughed so hard when I saw that tear. It made me so happy.
That really was fantastic. It really, really was.
Well, and Rona is so negative. You know, I said that back episodes ago that she was the voice of reason or the voice of the audience or whatever, but she's just so negative.
Sorry, who's that? I missed that.
Rona.
Who gets her arm broke.
Rona, the negative vampire slayer.
I have negative Nancy Rona.
I call her a wet blanket. She's just every time Rona. And it's unfortunate. Maybe the writers are just like, oh, we got to get Rona to be the voice of dissension in this one, even though like it's much like Kennedy. You're like, who are you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's like, you just got here. Relax.
Yeah. Dude, like we have
we've
rules.
done this 15 billion times.
We have a fucking pecking order. Shut your mouth. Know your role.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
But
that was a pretty good speech. And then the battle ensues.
Yeah.
Hilarity ensues.
Hilarity ensues.
There are no guards.
Yeah, it's just
guards. they all jump out and attack, right? It's like, when do you not realize this is a trap? When there are no guards outside. Come on!
Mm-hmm.
This is a trap!
Well, they have no idea because that set is so poorly lit. I just hate when they have scenes down there because it's just kind of like, what is going on here? There's way too many shadows. It is a Shadow Valley Vineyard.
It lives up to its name, so.
And it looks like it's about 3 by 5 feet. It looks so tiny, that set.
Are you sure it wasn't 5 by 5?
I was going to say, don't say.
Hey-o!
I was going to say, Robin better not say 5 by 5 right here. You did it.
And what the most brilliant part of the fight is when one of the potential slayers looks over and Caleb grabs up another potential slayer and like breaks her neck, and she is just like horrified. And she knows she's going to die. Then he grabs her and stabs her. That's brilliant. That anticipation that it leaves you with.
Yeah, Molly's dead.
Oh, that's her name.
Who?
Molly.
The
The British girl.
The Cockney British one.
The Cockney, yeah, that's the one.
Oi!
Oi!
Oi! I don't know. Bugger.
So
she's dead.
And I'm not saying this. I really want to know because I do not remember. Why is Caleb so powerful? I can't wait to find out.
Because he's a man.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I don't know. Because he sold his soul to the first.
Now, if he's all holier than thou, why is he following the first?
Because he is above.
He is the good news.
Because he has searched, and he's above all ideas like that, or something like that. He's.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know. Because he's just.
Because the first gave him a bunch of strength.
I don't know. Possibly.
That makes sense. You're right.
And lets him relive his past.
Super awesome roleplay games.
Oh God.
50 Shades of Caleb.
And so they're all retreating, and of course Caleb grabs Xander and
Illyria.
Yeah.
David
We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this.
Was it anticlimactic or?
2 years ago at Montreal Comic Con, Nicholas Brendan was there. I got an autograph. I got him to do an intro for PotentialCast, and I had to edit the intro.
Because?
PotentialCast. Well, I think I can find it here. Well, you guys won't be able to hear it. I have it here. Nicholas Brendan had his intro.
He spoiled you, and you told him I'm watching the show from the beginning, and he told you something happened the last season.
I specifically said, I'm watching the show for the first time, so try not to spoil me. And he's like, yeah, I have 2 eyes now.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. I think I have it here. Do I have it here?
Did you guys know that, Steph and Robin?
The one.
Yes, I knew. Illyria sent it to me.
Oh, yeah.
This is Nicholas Brendan. I play Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and you're listening to PotentialCast.
See, that's the edited one.
Okay.
And in the non-edited one, I have 2 eyes now. You're listening to PotentialCast. But before even that, we were just chatting. We were just talking about how he has 2 eyes, but had 1 eye and then 2 eyes, and yeah. So there you go.
See, I've seen images of him, of Xander with the patch on, and I always assumed it was a comic book thing, not a show thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the year that I went to Comic-Con, I remember, I think there may be a picture somewhere of me standing next to or near like this big, huge, like multi-story picture. I was like the front cover of something where it was him with a. So I just assumed that was again that wasn't television show canon. I thought it was a comic thing, and I was like, oh no, that's for real.
Yep.
So I was spoiled and never realized I was spoiled because of assumption.
You forgot about it, and like when you saw this in the show, were you like Xander's toast?
I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, yeah. When he got gouged in the eye, I'm like, oh, it is a TV thing. I
never thought. But guys, when you're watching the show, the next time you watch it in a few years, there are so many times he gets a little scrape or a hit up over his eye.
Yeah.
Where there are so many occasions where, his eye's gonna go now. His eye's gonna go now. That's why this season and the last one, there were so many moments where like, it's not this episode, you bastard. There's so much foreshadowing to Xander losing his eye. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, and
it's ridiculous.
Doesn't he say, I see what's going on here, or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb actually says, you're the one that sees everything.
Uh-huh.
Right,
So is this how Caleb is creating the bringers? Is he just poking their eyeballs out and then and then like branding their eyes?
You mean the Ray Charles Brigade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That's like I screamed out loud when that happened.
Oh! Speaking of hints, I don't know, Illyrio, if you remember that in the episode Potential, I don't know how many weeks ago that was, but Dawn suggests to Xander that seeing is his power with the Scooby Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I think in season 6, there's a Halloween episode where Xander is dressed up like a pirate. And he's got a patch on.
So this was not a coincidence. There have been hints the whole time?
Yep.
I guess.
I don't know. I mean,
there was another plan. And honestly, I'm not. This sounds so badass to me, and I wish it happened. But in the commentary, by the way, there's the commentary with Drew Goddard and Nicholas Brendan on the DVD.
Cool.
It's revealed that one possible outcome of this episode would have been the death of Xander at Caleb's hands, only to have him
awesome.
To have him return as voice of the first, and they said, considering the build-up towards the finale and the potential of negative fan reaction, this was eventually changed to the way it is now. So they were worried they were going to, upset a lot of fans by doing that.
Well, you're so close to the end. Just do it.
Oh, it would have been badass. And have Xander being all evil and shit as the first.
Cool.
Oh, my God.
That would have been cool.
That actually would have been pretty awesome.
So Buffy's walking solemnly away.
She's Charlie Brown
alone.
walking.
Yeah. And you can hear Caleb talking to the first about how the first is going to show them. And I was wondering, should we take this to mean that now the first is going to impersonate Buffy to the Potentials and try to fool them somehow? It's weird. I don't know.
It's done some foolery in the past. It pretended to be a potential for the entire day.
That's true.
One episode.
Yeah. I don't know. Xander has one eye now.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, goodbye binocular vision. Hello depth perception problems. Sammy Davis Jr. only had one eye. So it's not like he can't live a full, wonderful life.
Yep.
So
yeah, but everybody's so dejected. Like, it's bad. It's like Empire Strikes Back bad.
Yeah. This dark stuff. This is,
it's Wrath of Khan stuff. Fuck is dead. Everybody's upset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I have any other stuff I have here. There's been a lot of debate in the potential spoilers group, by the way.
By the way, does that group ever go away inexplicably and then come back unexplicably?
Nope. It's always been
No,
there.
it's the strongest group. It's always remained. Even though Potential Cast is gone, the spoiler group's always there. And there's been a lot of talk about like, oh man, I wish Gax were watching Angel alongside Buffy, because then they would see like what I mean, because there's some references here. They're not very they're very vague about what Faith came from.
Well, in my commentary, I was remarking how I think Faith is spoiling us on Angel.
But do you feel spoiled?
A little bit,
No.
Tiny bit.
Because one of the arguments was like,
to stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm hypersensitive to stuff like that. Like I'm hypersensitive to it. It's just fine. It's good. It'll go away. It'll wash over me. It's fine. But I'm not gonna forget it.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna be like when if and when you see Faith on Angel, you're gonna be like, okay, well, she's not gonna die. She's got to go to Buffy eventually. So
yeah, that kind of thing.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, do you feel like you're spoiled on anything that happens on Angel besides that?
Well, they're gonna have some kind of freaky mind meld or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll forget about it. I can honestly say I will forget about it. I actually forgot about it up until this conversation.
Just slip back into
awesome.
Perfect ignorance again. I won't bother that anymore.
Blissful.
That's how I live my life. So.
I doubt that.
I wrote Caleb is a big UB40 fan because he's talking about how much and he loves wearing black because it's slimming.
Yeah, it's weird. He's wearing jeans.
I thought it was because he was really into Johnny Cash.
That would have been awesome.
Principal Wood fires Buffy. There are people leaving town. You guys have anything?
Yeah, what's this mass exodus that we're hearing about now? This is the first we hear about this, yeah?
Well, there's shit going on. At least you saw some stuff going on in the school, like
But they weren't talking about people leaving town back then, right? This is the first we hear about people leaving town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because there's big trouble in River City. Jeez.
I think that's a different show.
Oh, I just feel whatever.
I love. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, I did not appreciate Buffy being super mega cocky.
Yeah.
Kind of over it.
At what point?
Especially towards the end. Ish. No, when she was trying to. Yeah. I don't know. I'm over her. She's cocky.
Yeah, it's definitely meant to be debated. I mean, it's great. There's a couple episodes where you're just kind of seeing both sides of like, is Buffy actually doing the right thing here, or
Yeah,
should she trust her friends?
I mean, she's taking them like she's got an army of slayers, and she doesn't. She has an army of little girls. But her point is, how will you know if they're ready for battle until you take them into battle?
Right.
How will I know?
But you don't want to take them into battle because you're being tricked. I don't know. It seems like they've gone and done things kind of half-cocked in the past. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why this has to be any different now. Because they've gone into battle, as it were, off of hunches for years. Yeah. What makes this one different? Because there's extra bad shit going down?
I guess.
I don't
bunch
know.
of little
season.
Teenage girls that could die.
And she didn't know that Caleb was so powerful. I mean, she knows that the first is not to be messed with, and there are the bringers.
She had no way of knowing that he had, like, glory powers.
I miss
Glory strength.
Miss Glory and Ben and Glory.
Are you saying there's a connection between those two?
I think there might be.
Hey, there's a lot of feedback, you guys.
Oh, let's get to that.
Please.
Heidi, right?
Someone's fading fast.
Hello, guys. It's been a while because I got behind on my watching, but we recently talked about this episode during the summer hiatus of Castle on CastleCast. Because, Nathan Fillion and all. Okay, so sometimes we have to get creative to find things to talk about when there is no castle. Anyway, one of my favorite Faith scenes ever is in this episode. Can we please have a Faith and Spike spin-off? I love her conversation in the basement so much, and Faith's reaction to Buffy protecting vampires, amazing! I'm sure you realize that you have missed some things by not watching Angel at this point, but it still works. This is how I saw the series, all of Buffy and then all of Angel. You'll fill in the gaps later. I'll just say that I was on the Faith hate train just like you guys, but started liking her here. She has changed a lot, even if you don't know what brought her to this point. And oh, Xander, no matter how many times I watch that scene, I still have to look away and want to plug my ears. That scream, it's just awful. I'm glad Illyrio doesn't have to hide his spoiler anymore. Also, since I haven't emailed in for all of Season 7, I'll include this here. Kennedy isn't in this episode much, but I must tell you that she is my least favorite character in all of Buffy. That is all, Heidi.
Yay!
Tomas writes, Hi, Gax. Here's a few random thoughts I had while watching Dirty Girls. Southern accented misogynistic Reverend Captain Reynolds is in town and he aims to misbehave.
Nice.
Awesome. You can't stop the first signal. Hi-oh! Funny, damn it. No matter how much horribleness Caleb says and does, Nathan Fillion is still always a delight to have on screen. Did any of you guess Faith was going to be in this episode based on the title? I assume someone has mentioned by now that the title is kind of a callback to Bad Girls in Season 3.
I haven't.
I got some actual chills of excitement when Faith first came on screen, but then her resigned "guess I'm back" comment kind of ruined the moment. Oh well. Opening credits go. Headbang. There was a Vulcan on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can't even. I love you, Tucker's brother. So the thing Illyrio was spoiled on finally happened. Awesome. But I guess Faith decided to preempt your spoiler-freeness with an Angel spoiler for all of you. I think the powers that be are working against your spoiler policy, guys. Lastly, here's a random thought I had today, not specific to this episode. I wonder how Joss and the writers approached the character of the First. Did they think of it as a character unto its own, or did they view it as some sort of mystical force that doesn't have thoughts, feelings, desires the way we do? And like all the other big bads, we haven't spent any time this season actually getting to know the First. Does it have a personality of its own, or is it just pure evil energy that only has the personality of whoever it's embodying? Any thoughts? Anyway, overall, I really like this episode. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. I'd like for us to talk about that briefly. I think that that's a very good point. The First does not have its own personality, and I think that the writers kind of realized how difficult that was going to be, so they came up with this wonderful surrogate played by Nathan Fillion called Caleb. I think that Caleb is going to be essentially the big bad, even though the First is kind of feeding Caleb all this bad mojo. What do you guys think?
Well, that's okay. I'll go with that.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see it like puppeted through different people, and especially Buffy being this this is like the big bad, so it's almost like a Buffy versus Buffy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead. No, I'd like to.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
Well, I'd like to. No.
What was I going to say? Well,
I'd like to see
Caleb be defeated and them think, yay, we did it. And then all of a sudden the big bad comes and they're like, fuck.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Because they're like, yeah, we did it. And then, that was just the sampler.
Yeah. Joss Whedon literally is rolled out on a dolly going, and then the action picks up. Yeah. Missy writes, hello, guys.
Wait, Tomas has a second email for Dirty Girls.
Oh, yeah, he does. Thank you.
He
Tomas'
says,
second email. Go ahead.
He says, hey again, I forgot to mention the most important part of this episode, which is that Xander is apparently a fan of the OC. Okay, that's it.
That's awesome. Missy writes, hello, Gax Faith. Faith is back. Back again. Faith is back. Faith, no, I added that. Because what a bunch of unruly teenage girls need is a renegade slayer who pretty much out-badasses them on her worst days. But this does pave the way for an awesome Spike and Faith scene. So yay! Nathan Fillion makes his debut as Caleb, a woman-hating lunatic dressed as a priest, who likes to go on and on about how women are the slutty inferior gender. Can he die soon? Not only is Caleb degrading women, but so is Xander, subconsciously, who dreams of two very young potentials, one of whom is played by the OC's Rachel Bilson, wanting to pleasure him. No, hold on, Missy, time out. He dreamt about them wanting to pleasure each other.
Yeah.
Which is slightly different. There's a nuance. It's nuance.
And honestly, if the apocalypse is coming,
why can't Xander? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Come on.
Let's not ruin the women power vibe in one episode, please. Please. And then Xander gets his eye poked out. Indeed, the man who sees what others don't loses an eye to this new random bad guy.
Aww.
Irony. Ha! She spelled irony. E-Y-E-R-I-Y. Lols from Simone. Thank you, Simone.
And Simone, by the way, I gotta just say a quick note to Simone. She did post on the comment thread like a picture of Caleb poking out Xander's eye like 5 days ago. I was like, they haven't watched it yet. So yeah, Illyrio actually just watched it today, even though he's the one who knew all this time. So.
I watched it
didn't know how it
when I
happened,
put my post up.
What, Kim? When did you watch it?
I watched it when I threw my post up after Robin's like, no spoilers, don't say anything about the episode. And I read it, and I was like, I'm going to post this. I don't care.
Doesn't apply to you.
Bruce writes, Buffy's I am the law. Sorry. I am the law mentality worked fine when she was simply the slayer and the others could voluntarily help, or not. Then the situation changed. It falls to you, Buffy. We just became an army. It's time to stop playing the role of general and start being one. Playing the role of general is all Buffy can do because she isn't one. She's the slayer. The mission is what matters. Isn't Buffy speak, it's general speak. The best she can do is imitate Maggie Walsh and run the group of potentials like Walsh ran the initiative. Buffy even has her own 314 project in the basement. Confronted by a warehouse full of vampires and a fat demon in Bad Girls, all Buffy and Faith wanted were some extra weapons before they charged in. Confronted by a vineyard full of bringers and a crazy preacher and dirty girls, Buffy actually said, "Let's get the cavalry," and I don't think she was being sarcastic. She and Faith are the cavalry. Charge! Hey, we have audio feedback.
I want to go watch season 3 right now.
We have audio feedback from Kevin Bouchelder. Hey, gang, some audio feedback for Dirty Girls. Don't listen if you haven't seen the episode yet. I think we're in the clear, Kevin. Here it is.
Hey, everyone. Kevin Bouchelder here.
Hey.
It's been a while since I talked to you folks, but it's been wonderful listening to the podcast. Great to have some new guest voices on and so forth. Really just want to put out a big thank you for you folks doing the shows. It's a lot of fun listening. I've still been very active in the Facebook group, even if I haven't been guesting in a while. Great to have a lot more other folks coming on. So love the community, and again, all the efforts you put in are wonderful. I obviously couldn't let this episode go by without calling in, naturally, because our girl is back. Everyone's a fan of Faith, but certainly those of us in the FIWAFC are.
Oh, yeah.
For those newbies who don't know, that is the Faith is Wicked Awesome fan club. So, great to have her back. Certainly, it's been quite a while. I doubt you're keeping track, but it would have been season 4, episode 16. Who are you? The last time we had her in an episode, that was 68 episodes ago. Wow, been a while. Your podcast for that one actually was over 3 years ago. You covered that one back. Great to have her here. Looking forward to your feedback and your thoughts. I'm sure you won't agree with me on some of those points, but it's still a lot of fun listening. And again, love all the efforts and appreciate them. Great communities here. So thanks again for doing the show. Take care.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Faith is Wicked Awesome.
All right, here's
that voicemail was 5x5.
Here's an email from Nikki Faith. Gax! I'm so excited about you guys getting to this episode. I don't even know what to say. Valerio finally got his spoiler. Phew. When did Nikki B spoil you? How long were you waiting? 2 years. 2 fucking years. And Nathan Fillion. Did any of Gek know he was in Buffy? I didn't know he was on Buffy. I knew he was in the Whedonverse, and I knew that he was either on Angel or Buffy, but I didn't know for sure. And now I know for sure.
I didn't know.
Did any of you know he was in Buffy when it first aired? I didn't know he was going to be in it, and I've been a huge fan of his long before Firefly or Dr. Horrible. One Life to Live and Two Guys, a Girl at a Pizza Place. I forgot he was in Two Guys, a Girl at a Pizza Place.
Yep.
I remember.
Was he one of the two? No, he wasn't one of the two guys.
He was the girl's boyfriend, fiance or something.
Who remembers anyone in that show besides Ryan Reynolds?
That's all that's important.
I totally squealed when he appeared, and like the Potentials, and like the Potentials, I thought he was there to help. This is the only time I've seen him as a bad guy, so it was quite surprising. And damn, he sure is a creepy bad guy. And Faith, I'm guessing you guys didn't expect to see her since B and A were on different networks, but I think it's great they were able to have her. And finally, can't wait to hear what you guys think of Buffy's decision to take the fight to Caleb. First of all, Giles needs to back off. He's been pushing her to make decisions, and now she is. And also, he sucks for betraying her, so I think he just doesn't get a vote anymore.
Oh, come on.
Beyond that, it's hard for me to say now if I think B's decision was poor, since I already knew what the painful, deadly outcome would be. When I first saw it, I thought she was taking a calculated risk, and I understood her decision. On this latest rewatch, I did feel more like it was foolish, but I don't think it was an unusual decision for her. After all, she's often someone who falls for the bait, like when she was fighting Angelus while Drew killed Kendra. She always rises to the challenge, even when it's a trap. A hero's flaw, perhaps. Such an exciting time in Season 7! Nikki, thank you. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Ian writes, in this episode we're introduced to Caleb, played by Nathan Fillion, whose evil charm is compelling. He even has a line from Firefly, whereas in that book's initial reply to being called Grandpa with I never married is endearing, the same line after being called father is sinister from Caleb's lips. Faith's back. I'm sorry, I know you don't like the actor, but her character here is significantly changed by her experiences elsewhere, and I hope you can appreciate that. We do, though, hear a spoiler teaser for what she did in LA, but that's a story for another time. Andrew's take on Faith is another moment of light relief, but also shows a new sense of responsibility for the character, being trusted as a tutor to the Potentials. I don't know if I'd call him so much a tutor as a babysitter, Ian, but anyway. Although, how he knows about Faith, I'm not sure. An unaided story featuring the two of them, maybe? An unaired story featuring the two of them, maybe? That'd be awesome. Andrew and Faith in a storyline.
That'd
be really
Andrew
great.
was amazing.
Yeah, Andrew and Faith on a date.
Not really.
Milkshakes.
Wouldn't go so well.
I know.
Irish
but
milkshakes.
wouldn't it be funny? Doubts in Buffy's ability grow in this story, and the groundwork seems to be preparing us for something soon. The big event in this story, though, is the raid on the vineyard, where several Potentials are injured and killed. Buffy and Spike and Faith are thrown around like rag dolls. Sorry, that made me think of an old UK animation, The Raggy Dolls. That's nothing to the shock of when Caleb sticks his finger in Xander's eye. Valerio's spoiler is here! Yes! What makes it worse the second time through is during the prep he says everything has eyes. On to the next episode and things aren't looking good. Ian. Hey, guys, time out and feedback. I forgot to mention something. The cartoonish way in which people were thrust into giant barrels full of wine. Spike was launched into what looked like a wall of wine.
Yeah, a wall cask or some sort.
It was a wall cask. It was like the episode of the X-Files where there was a flooding bathroom and they opened the door and then all of the water comes out of the bathroom. I think it was
Excelsis Day.
Yeah. Oh, man. And our last piece of feedback here from Val. Damn you writers for not disposing of Kennedy when you had the chance. You could have at least given her more than a few scratches. Not even a limb snapping, knife plunging, or a gouging. I am deeply disappointed, but there are 4 more Fs to go, so fingers crossed. P.S. Kim, the Jays and Yanks are still winning as of 9:17 p.m. Val.
Yep.
Hockey talk.
Stop it.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. That's it for feedback. Hey, folks, thank you so much for the feedback. That's really great. That was a lot of feedback for this episode.
Yeah.
I think the series is ramping up. I think that we might be getting more and more feedback. I'm excited. Does anybody have any other points before we rate the episode and go to bed? I mean, before we rate the episode?
And stay in bed.
Well, there is the thing that I've been pestering you guys about last week.
What?
The death pool?
The death pool.
What?
Yeah.
Robin, what are you talking about?
Well,
Tell us all about it.
I basically I love the fact that Lirio, Gabby, and Kim have never seen the show before.
What?
Really? That's what we've been doing? What?
The
entire podcast. I thought it would be fun to do a potential cast death pool. It does not mean we're betting who dies first on potential cast, but
hey now.
With my family
That's what I was
history,
betting on.
there's very little doubt. My money's on me. Sorry, folks, you have no chance of winning.
So I basically gave these guys a list of characters. I also gave them a photo with Potential's faces.
That was very funny.
And I said, basically, pick as many characters as you want. Those characters will have to die by the end of the season. They must have on-screen deaths. Each of the characters have a certain point value to them. For instance, like the core 4, they have 10 points attributed to them. And whereas the potentials, they all have 1 point for each of them, because they're potentials. And they're not very important to the show, even though Kennedy thinks she is. So I basically gave them all a list of characters, and I don't know if you guys want to go over what characters you picked that you think are going to cash their ticket by the end of the season finale, the series finale.
Sure, we can do that.
I can do that.
It's not going to take long.
No.
I don't remember who I picked.
I think
I have yours in front of me.
I
was going to say, Gabby actually wrote down reasons
reasons.
why.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just pick names. Go, Gabby.
Okay.
I tried to do it strategically because I'm like, who kind of cancels each other out for the points?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's what so if I picked like all the minions and I was like, well, anyways, no. Gabby, go ahead.
There was no strategy. I just went off my gut.
Right.
So for 10 points, I picked Willow because I feel like she can go evil. Plus, Joss likes to make his fans cry.
Okay.
8 points, Dawn. She's not even supposed to be there anyway. Send her packing.
Please.
And Andrew, he'll die trying to be a hero.
Aww.
5 points, Principal Wood. He's dead weight. He's gots to go. 1 point, Kennedy, especially. Yeah, Kennedy, just cause. And Shannon because she's expendable.
Right. And again, I must remind folks that are listening, that are playing along at home, I guess, that if this person dies, they earn the points. If the person doesn't die, they lose the points by making a bet that that person died. So.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, do you want to read Kim's choices, and then I'll go into mine?
Oh, sure. Kim, you don't have your choices in front of you?
No, but I know I didn't pick any of the core 4 because I'm like, no, they can't kill them. However, they're going to kill off the secondary Scoobies. So I feel like Spike has to die because he's got to redeem himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anya might die because it would be as emotional as one of the Scoobies dying, but she's not one of the four. But I feel like it would have that impact.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Dawn to die. No other reason than that. And then.
And those are 8 points each.
And then I picked. Did I pick any? Not minions. Potentials.
No. Oh, yes, you did.
Minions.
Who did I pick?
You picked 4 potentials to die. You picked Amanda, Caridad, Chow An, and Kennedy. They're all.
Oh yes, Kennedy again because she has to. And I think did I pick anyone else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
7 dead by season finale.
That's really interesting.
Okay, when you're done with Illyria, are you gonna name everybody that's on the pool?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. For the listeners.
1 point potentials. Kennedy will be killed because this will set off Willow.
Mm-hmm.
V or Vi, Felicia Day's character, is going to be killed, and I predict she'll be killed by Caleb because Dr. Horrible and stuff. 5 points. My only choice is Principal Wood. Principal Wood is going to die because my prediction is he will die saving Spike.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that would be a twist.
8 points. Andrew is going to die. And Anya, my beloved Anya, will die. And if worth 10 points, I got Giles kicking the bucket. And I have Buffy dying. Because you know what they say, third time's the charm.
Ooh. So the entire list of characters that we have, that I had them pick from, the one-pointers are Amanda, Caridad, Chow An, Kennedy, Rona, Shannon, and Vi. The 5-pointers were Principal Wood, Amy the Witch, Dahafran, Clem, and Caleb. 8 points, Spike, Anya, Dawn.
I didn't pick Caleb?
You did not. Nobody picked Caleb.
Oh.
You must all have a lot of,
Oh, I won't change it because I don't want to lose points.
Oh.
So the 8 points was Spike, Anya, Dawn, Andrew, Faith, and of course the core 4, Buffy, Xander, Willow, Giles for 10 points.
So if someone dies that we don't pick, do we lose points?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna keep my answers the same.
And again, they die off screen, or if you just don't see them again, and you're like, they died, right? That doesn't necessarily mean they died. They just, they weren't there the day of filming or something.
Okay.
No matter what happens on any other Whedon properties, any sort of thing from cultural osmosis or private conversations with Nicholas Brendan, that does not matter. A death on Buffy on screen gives you points, period.
Or takes them away.
Or takes them, yeah.
Okay.
If the person you pick does not die at the end, that counts against you. Yeah.
All right. I think it's time to rate. Kimberly.
Great episode. I was really upset when Faith came back, just because it was like a visceral feeling, and I was like, ugh! But I'm like, okay, she's got to serve her purpose, and I think that by the end of the series, I'm going to turn on her and actually end up liking her. A la Juliet from Lost, that feeling I get. I just feel like that's what's going to happen with Faith. Buffy, I want to strangle her, punch her in the face as usual. I think she's so annoying. She is really super annoying. Everything with Xander was great. His eye, that shocked the shit out of me. Screamed out loud. And Caleb, I think this is going to be interesting. Very interesting to see where that goes. I liked it a lot. I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 post-coital cigarettes.
Get it?
When I first saw this episode, I hated it. The second time I saw this episode to take notes, I kicked it old school. With this one, I also Hated it. The more we talked about it, the more I realized that I actually kind of enjoyed it. However, and I actually
This is the booze talking, right, Gabby?
Andrew, yeah, totally. I found Andrew to be entertaining because it was small doses. Small doses of Andrew.
Yeah.
I can kind of go with that. But my hatred of Faith, Buffy was the worst, and it's definitely got this whole, hey everybody, we're wrapping up the series, let's bring everybody back vibe to it. and all of a sudden it went from super slow moving to everything's like warp speed now because they're trying to wrap everything up. And that always bothers me at the end of a series like nobody's business. So I guess this is my long roundabout way of saying didn't love it, didn't hate it, but instead of giving it a meh, I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 mirror-bearing tops.
Like 5 by 5 out of 10?
Gabby.
I would never say that. I would never say that.
I thought this episode was really good. I would deduct points for Faith. I would add points for Nathan Fillion and Caleb. And just the simple fact that this heavy burden of Xander no longer having 2 eyes, spoiler, is gone and washed over me. I'm giving this episode 9 out of 10 Cyclopses.
Aw, damn it. I should have said 7.5 out of 10 eyes. Damn it.
Stephanie?
I was going to give it a 10 because the character of Caleb, and I guess it's like how we talked, that the first is kind of personalityless, and Caleb brings such personality, as the antagonist. And I really hate to say that all the sex talk from Faith is really gross because I mean, I guess I shouldn't feel that way. I mean, she's been locked up, and that's kind of how she was when she owned in season 3. She would talk about how, going out and slaying really turned her on. So, but still, I mean, she just went on and on and on about it. So I give it 9.5. Oh, and it's so great because it is so, Empire Strikes Back. It's such a low point. So 9.5 out of 10 flashy tentacles. Or 9.5 out of 10 staplers.
Hey, that's what we thought. You can tell us what you think.
Hey,
Robin
didn't rate.
Oh, sorry, Robin.
I mean, I know I'm very predictable.
I'm going to assume you're going to say 5 out of 5, 5 by 5s. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. I actually genuinely I jumped the gun. I didn't.
No, it's okay. I've really been looking forward to this episode. This is a huge episode. I mean, I was so looking forward to, not only just revisiting, but just seeing what you guys thought of it. I mean, just the fact that the Xander gets his eye poked out and something that Illyrio's been waiting for this entire time. The fact that frickin' Nathan Fillion comes on and is like this dark priest, just playing badass, like even scarier now that he's not like flying a spaceship. Especially with all the women hitting, that is just really, really creepy stuff. And of course, I mean, Faith. I mean, I think her character is matured, and she does fall back into those little bits of the way she talks to people, and I think she does kind of like put up a little front at first, and then starts to get real. But I see her as a great ally of Buffy's, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think of where she goes from here. So I'm giving it. And I cannot wait to get on to Angel and show you guys, or have you guys watch the other side of this whole thing. So, so I'm giving it a 5 by 5, which is 10 out of 10. Dull table lamps. What's up, Angel?
That was awesome. Thank you, Robin. It's time for us to let you know how you can reach us. Kim, what's the email?
potentialcast@gmail.com.
You can also use your telephone device to call us 270-40-BUFFY. You can follow us on Twitter at PotentialCast. Go to PotentialCast.com for every single fucking episode of the podcast. And PotentialCast group on Facebook, facebook.com/group/PotentialCast. That's where it is. Keep it spoiler free. Yo. It's quote time. Robin, you're our guest, but I'm going to let Kim go first. She's faded, and she might only have one.
I don't even have a quote. It's Andrew's tear. It made me laugh so hard.
That is an acceptable quote.
You know what else? You know what else was funny? When Chow Ann,
Yes.
is that her name? She said something, and he just gave a knowing nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really
Like he understood her.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag Andrew's tear.
Yeah. Robin, go.
And let me give you the thing that brings us into that knowing nod. Faith. Her name alone invokes awe. Faith. A set of principles or beliefs on which you are willing to devote your life. The Dark Slayer. A lethal combination of beauty, power, and death. For years and years, or to be more accurate, months, Faith fought on the side of good, terrorizing the evil community. But like so many tragic heroes, Faith was seduced by the lure of the dark side. She wrapped evil around her like a large, evil Mexican serape. She became a cold-blooded killer. Nobody was immune to her trail of destruction. Not friends, not family, not even the most pacifist and logical of races.
He loved Mexico.
Mexico left a mark on Andrew.
Mexico.
Yeah.
That's right.
This quote made me giggle and also offended me. It hurt me deep down to my core. No more Starbucks for the wannabes, man.
I knew it.
They've been fasting for like hours.
I knew it.
Yes.
She is not a member of Team Caffeine. Fuck her.
Well, she hasn't had Starbucks in a while, so a couple years.
What can I say? I work in mysterious ways. Also some fairly straightforward ones. You're protecting vampires? Are you the bad slayer now? Am I the good slayer now?
That was another one of my quotes.
Yes.
Yeah, she was seriously confused.
The way she said it made me laugh because I was like, oh, that wasn't overacting. But that was really funny.
I like the never.
Where's... I haven't gone yet. I'm trying to...
Oh, sorry, Lydia.
That's okay. I've been through more battles with Buffy than you all can ever imagine. She stopped everything that's ever come up against her. She's laid down her life, literally, to protect the people around her. This girl has died 2 times, and she's still standing. You're scared? That's smart. You got questions? You should, but you doubt her motives. You think Buffy's all about the kill, then you take the little bus to battle. I've seen her heart, and this time, not literally. And I'm telling you right now, she cares more about your lives than you will ever know. You gotta trust her. She's earned it.
And perfectly timed, up on my phone comes Gabby's tweet, hashtag Andrew's
Damn right. Lots of good quotes. Gabby did steal my Starbucks one. That was a really
No one
good
did the Spike one about his... We're not even the same coloring.
Better coloring. Yeah, it's awesome. It's great.
I like never was much for the good book, which is what Faith says, as she's the only one that gets it hidden on Caleb. Not Buffy, not Spike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought Buffy got one in at the end, didn't she?
I think at the end, yeah, he just knocked her. He like knocked them away like flies.
But later on, when Buffy confronts to fight him, she actually starts kicking his ass a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just barely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steph.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Next week, Empty Places.
Empty Places. I hope
Is
we're
this the
talking parking
third? This is
spots.
the third last episode or the fourth last?
Fourth last, I believe.
Fourth
Two,
last.
okay.
Empty chairs.
The
and
pen
tables.
penultimate episode.
The penultimate.
No, the penultimate.
The pen.
Yeah. Hey, Robin.
Hey.
Thanks for being our guest. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to plug some shows?
Well, I just did want to say, much like, terrible ways that seasons wrap up, especially when the shows are ending. As PotentialCast is ending, I'm looking forward to also being brought back like a cheap gimmick in the last couple episodes of the season. I'm so looking forward to that. Stunt casting. But I also have.
Because you're such a ratings draw.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a lot like Faith, very polarizing.
Is this the moment where we drop the hints that Joss Whedon's going to be our special guest in the last episode?
Oh man.
Mr. Joshua Eden is going to be
I'd be so worried.
world-renowned chef Joshua Eden.
Guys, I know it's funny. Just don't call him Josh. Come on, just for me. No
one called him
Use his full name, Joshua.
Joshua.
I host Defenders podcast, which is all about Daredevil and the upcoming Jessica Jones series, and I also host iZombie podcast with my good friend Steph, both on dbmpe.com, and I also co-host a long-awaited podcast called Redemption Cast, which I'm very much looking forward to getting to. I think what are we starting Christmas time?
What's a Redemption Cast? Can't wait. It's going to be great.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being our guest. Hey, folks. That annoying person from your past, you never know when she'll be back. So, maybe consider being prepared with a witty rejoinder of some kind.
Are you about to play Jolene?
No. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching on the YouTubes, listening on your podcast app. Unless anyone else has any final say, I think it's time to call last call. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.